this. I want to play this anyways because it was great. Killer Mike, who people know, is a really prominent hip-hop artist, resident of Atlanta, and charismatic guy with a very broad sense of history, politics, music, art, and culture. He endorsed Bernie Sanders at a rally last week in Atlanta, and we have some sound from that event. I'm looking actually to possibly get him on the show sometime that I host. We'll see. But I really, really liked how he used some of the language that you hear in a Democratic primary, referencing past accomplishments in civil rights and human rights and the legacy of Dr. King, instead of dwelling on this sort of past name check. He uses this history to say, right now we need that return to civil rights. Right now we need to return to that profound commitment to social justice and addressing the inequality crisis, what Bernie Sanders is talking about. Let's listen to this was, I believe it was last week in Atlanta, campaign rally for Bernie Sanders, Killer Mike making the case. Let's take a listen.
I am honored to be here. Oh, I am truly, truly honored to be here. I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and I say that proudly. I repeat, I am from Atlanta, Georgia, and I say that proudly. If you're from Atlanta, Georgia, you may be familiar with a young man who grew up not far from here. His name was Martin King. Now I know this is the part where usually it's a black minister in front of you, and usually you get all warm and cozy inside, and usually you hear about I have a dream and us holding hands and going for ice cream. That's not why I'm here today. I'm not here to talk about benevolent politicians that are going to come and save the day for you. I'm not here to talk about a dream that we think is unattainable, so we settle for less. I'm not here to talk about a utopian society where everyone is forgiven and no one has to pay for past debts. What I'm talking about today is the Martin King post the Washington March. Martin King present the war on poverty. Martin King against the war machine that uses your sons and your nephews to go to other lands and murder. I'm talking about a revolutionary. I have no time in my short 40 years on this earth to relive the Reagan years. I have no time. I have no desire to see us elect our own Margaret Thatcher. Ooh. I am here as a proponent for a political revolution that says healthcare is a right of every citizen. I'm here because working class and poor people deserve a chance at economic freedom. And yes, if you work 40 hours a week, you should not be in poverty. That's why I'm here. I didn't come here to lollygag because I rap. This could be y'all last time seeing me because I got tours to go on, I got jets to fly on, and I ain't lie on. But while I'm here, I have to tell you that in my heart of hearts, I truly believe that Senator Bernie Sanders is the right man to lead this country.
Yeah, that's an amazing speech. And what is so powerful about that is that the way you talk about the legacy of someone like Dr. King is a dividing line in democratic politics and in really our culture at large. Because when you talk about him as this distant figure that anybody outside of the sociopathic and the racist and the Nazi and all of those people can acknowledge was this great hero who fought for civil rights, who wanted people judged on the basis of their character and not the color of their skin. There's a truth to that legacy, obviously, but there's also the truth that this was a radical social democrat, that this was a guy who opposed U.S. imperialism in Vietnam, who wanted to deal with poverty, who wanted to deal with the structural issues that plague us and in many ways have gotten worse since his time. And that's the legacy that Bernie Sanders is coming from at his best. And that's what he's channeling when he talks about, like the huge inequality. and all of that. That's that real social justice tradition that cuts to the most basic choices that we make as a country. And Killer Mike nailed that and distilled that. That's a great piece. That's why it was worth playing a week later.